Mr. Gulick.
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Patricia. Oh, there she is. Herminia. You're right in the middle of the screen and I was looking for you. All right, Mr. Gulick, would you please raise your right hand? Do we have the papers here yet? I'm sorry, just go ahead and relax a little bit. I don't have the papers yet.
Yeah, yes, you do.
Okay.
I sent them to you, sir.
I understand.
By
I'm on my
email.
way, Judge.
Say what?
I sent them to you by email, sir.
I understand, but they're not here yet.
I'm on my way, Judge.
I'm at 1:43 p.m. according to this. The last ones I have is Shabu. We don't got no Gulick yet. Just don't exit. Exit and send later. Don't exit. I don't want to exit.
Oh, well, you're in the middle of something, but come up here and let's talk.
Yeah, I know. Nada. You'll get here in a little bit. Let's go, buddies. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spread you.
Sorry.
No, what I can do is just close this down.
No, because you'll log out.
We might have to just,
What does it say there? What does that say?
okay, well, we'll give it a shot. I don't know. Okay. As I often say, to err is human, forgive divine, but to screw up, really screw up, you need a computer. So I'm going to close this down and reopen it and see if we can't get the papers here because they're not coming in right now. So we're kind of messed up. So hang in there. We might have to just get back in. Howdy, howdy.
Sir, do you have those documents yet?
Yes, we do.
Excellent.
I had to reboot this damn thing. Go look. Just one set. Oh, where's the other one? The other set. I've got the plea agreement. There we go. All right. The agreement. Mr. Gulick. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear that in this proceeding, the information and responses you submit will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. I'm going to share with you some information verbally. Get your responses under oath. Meantime, the court reporter will take down the information in writing, official record. Now, before we do this, I need to cover with you at least 5 very important rights and constitutional protections you have. First one is right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything, don't have to answer questions, don't have to submit paperwork that has your signature, especially if it includes admission or confession of wrongdoing. That's a right to remain silent. Do you understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to a jury trial. That means that you and your attorney and the state would select 6 people from a pool of jurors who would hear the evidence, testimony, and review materials, and decide whether you're guilty or not if you wanted a jury trial. You understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to confront witnesses. That means that you and your attorney could question, cross-examine, or challenge any witness who would testify. You understand you have that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a right called the right to appeal. That means that you by yourself, your attorney by himself, or the 2 of you together could, following the proper forms and the time limits, demand that a higher court review this proceeding, the official record, evidence, everything, and whatever challenge you wanted to make. That's called the right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, finally, you and the state individually have the right to have this proceeding in an open public courtroom. That is not happening right now because of the COVID pandemic. You still have the right to demand that proceeding in open court, and so does the state. Instead, we're doing it by video conference. It is being streamed on YouTube, so it is public, but it is not under the requirements of the Constitution and laws of Texas. You understand you have the right to make a demand for an open public courtroom hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now I will show you papers, and bluntly, you will be repeating some of what I just visited with you on in writing, though. These are written acknowledgements and information. The documents, almost every one of them will be prefaced or started with the identifying information at the top. Here is the case number 638358, State of Texas versus Mason Van Gulick in County Court of Law number 5, Bexar County, Texas. That'll be repeated on all the documents except one. The title will be in all capitals, bold print. This one is the state's consent to video conference. I said a while ago that the state has this right also. You do too. And in this case, the Assistant District Attorney, Andrew Harris Edelman, has agreed to video conference. Did you review these documents and understand them?
Yes, Your Honor.
You see that he signed, and that's part of the process. The second document I'm showing you, again, repeat the identifying information on this document. This is called Discovery Acknowledgement. There's a law called Article 39.14 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. The state of Texas requires that the prosecution, the state's attorneys, make available to you, acknowledge to you, all of the different bits and pieces of information or evidence. And this document is signed by your attorney and the state's attorney. They agree that the state has obeyed this particular law. Now you're being shown a document called Defendants Consent to Video Conference. This is yours. This is where you say, yes, I agree to video conference instead of demanding an open courtroom hearing. Did you see and understand this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'm showing you a document titled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights in Court's Admonitions. It begins with the identifying information. Then it has 3 distinct sentences. The second one in particular says that you know you're charged with criminal trespass of private property. And then the third sentence says that you hereby enter a plea of nolo contendere, that is no contest. You're not fighting the charge, to the charge of criminal trespass private property. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The rest of this document is divided into 15 numbered portions or divisions. The first one talks about the punishment you can receive for this offense. And you'll notice there's a stack of little boxes, and next to each one is a specific sentence or something about a particular sentence. There's a check mark next to the one that says Class B. What is the punishment available to you for this offense?
$0 to $2,000 in fines and 0 to 180 days in jail.
There you go. So you're able to read and understand this, right?
Yes, sir.
You and your attorney both have reviewed all of this document, and did you understand all of it?
Yes, sir.
And you have agreed to sign it, and you did sign it, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, where were you born, sir?
I was born here in San Antonio.
All right. Number 8 talks about your citizenship. The court will have noted in the files, the papers of this case, that you are a U.S. citizen. Have you ever been given or taken any medications for mental health problems?
Yes, sir. I actually am on medication right now.
What medication are you taking right now, sir?
I'm on lithium, Zyprexa, and trazodone to help me sleep, and then an anti-anxiety medication as well.
Does it in any way affect your ability to understand this paper that you've been looking at right now?
No, sir. It does not affect me.
All right. It has medicinal effect, but you understand what you're doing. You understand what we're doing here today.
Yes, sir.
All right. And this has your signature as well as your attorney's. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Rocha, did you review this document, all of the documents with your client?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
And is it your testimony to this court that you believe that the medications do not affect him where he would not understand what he's doing?
Your Honor, it is my understanding that at this time he is current with his medication and that is not affecting him in understanding the documents and the information in this plea and all of what I've explained to him. However, those are psychotropic medications and they do have strong reactions. Right now, I do not believe and I don't think that he's having any strong reactions to those medications.
All right, very good. Mr. Gulick, I'm showing you now a document wherein I, as the judge, certified to you that you do not have a right of appeal. There's a vertical stack of boxes next to each one is a declaration concerning your right of appeal or type of appeal. The fifth one which I have placed at the top of this page at this time, I declare to you that it says this is a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal. You understand that's what it says?
Yes, sir.
And you have also signed this document as well as your attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now I'm showing you not a document that says application for deferred adjudication. Again, it repeats the identifying information at the top. Now, I need you to understand something very important. Deferred adjudication is a very beneficial type of probation for you, supervision. Mr. Rocha has gotten you a remarkably good deal on this. And what you need to understand is, so long as you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, and I repeat that, so long as you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision, then this matter will be closed and you are not convicted. I'll make a recitation about that in specific. But if you violate the conditions, if you fail or refuse to live up to 100%, the state can ask me to give you official notice, bring you in for a hearing, at which time, if the evidence supports it and it is appropriate, I can then convict you. And you take that conviction with you the rest of your life. Not only that, but you'll be looking at 100% of the range of punishment. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Just to add in more clarity, the conditions will be read to you and you will sign them and you will have a copy placed in your hands. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions about what deferred adjudication is all about?
I went through it when I was younger, so I understand, sir.
All right. The personal data sheet, you've got an address, but nothing else. I'm ordering you to fill that out completely. Is that understood?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Are you employed? And if so, by whom?
Rushmore Plumbing.
All right. And what is your income?
My yearly income, I would have to sit down and add that up. I'm not sure what my yearly is.
Well, give me your monthly.
My monthly would be about
I'll just
$2,400, sir.
I just want to remind you that you are under oath, so we need a relatively accurate number. I don't need an exact number.
But
So-
relatively accurate.
All right, 2,400 a month?
Yes, sir.
All right. How long have you worked for them? Are you full-time or part-time?
I am full-time, sir, and I've been with them for about 4 months now.
Okay, you seem to be established then. All right, I'll need this information here, the names and address and so on, and contact information for 3 good references that will always be able to find you. Your date of birth, etc. What kind of vehicle do you have, sir?
I have a 2015 Kia Soul.
All right, almost new, huh?
Yes, sir. It was a gift.
All right, a gift. Who gave you that?
My uncle, he's a good man.
No kidding, you must be valuable to him. Great,
I try to be.
good. Okay, now I'm going to load up the second part of this. It's called a plea agreement. And we'll be through them.
Alrighty.
I'm showing you now what's called a plea agreement. At least I think I'm showing you the plea agreement. This agreement is a little different than the identifying information because it doesn't mention county court at 5. But if you'll notice The first two boxes will be marked by my clerk, or the clerk. The first one is, again, guess what? The right to remain silent. It repeats what that means. No statement, no documents, etc. Then the second box says you are a U.S. citizen. That's what you testified to. Then we have a section, Defendants Acknowledgements. Mr. Rocha, did you and Mr. Gulick go over this section carefully?
Yes, Your Honor, we've discussed the plea agreement and all the plea papers.
And Mr. Gulick, you understand what these 5 check marks say?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Officially to the charge, what is your plea?
No contest.
All right. A no contest plea, as I have said before to you, a no contest plea is considered a guilty plea by the court. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, that is, you pled no contest to criminal trespass of private property. Based on your plea and the evidence, I find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to honor the agreement that you've made with the state. I will grant you deferred adjudication, but I do order you first to appear within 7 days in the offices of County Court of Law number 5. The offices are found in the hallway behind the courtroom. Look for the County Court of Law number 5. They're easy to find. You'll have to have affixed to the papers in accordance with law, your thumbprint. As part of this agreement, the court takes in consideration case number 638358, and I am dismissing that case. You are granted 6 months deferred adjudication. You are fined $200. Are you married, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 kids, sir.
3. All right. You're fined $200 if you live up to 100% of the conditions of supervision. Because of your 3 children, I will agree to the probation of those $200, meaning that $200 will be suspended if you live up to all the conditions.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
All right. You'll have no contact with Francis Mendoza.
Yes, sir.
You have to submit proof of mental health treatment. In other words, that you're staying up to date with your visits and your medications, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to make your supervisory fee. I will look at that and make that $29 a month.
Okay.
I have the right to make it up to 60, but I don't think with 3 kids that you're in need of that kind of a fee.
I sure do appreciate it, Your Honor.
Well, show me. Don't just tell me.
Sure.
Show me by doing what you need to do, doing it right, and taking care of your family.
Yes, sir.
The wrong case number on there, Judge. Put the wrong case number.
All right. Now, for the record, Mr. Rocha, the case number on this matter should be, well, that's what this one
I
says.
know, but he's missing the other one. He's missing this one.
638,358 on here, 638,358 on there. And the TIC,
It's the same case number.
Mr. Edelman, Mr. Rocha, was there a second case somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Appears. Okay, what is that case number?
I am looking it up now, sir. That case number is 646328. And that will be taken into consideration and dismissed.
646,328.
Correct, sir.
All right, the court Mr. Rocha, the court shall amend the documents in this plea bargain wherein I take in consideration on the documents, it says 638358, which is a repetition of this particular case that we just finished the plea on. Instead, it'll be 646328, which is the accurate number that we're taking in consideration. Now, since I am making that amendment, Mr. Rocha, you have technically the right to do a 10-day, request 10 days on the amendment. So do you want the 10-day amendment time, or do you want to go ahead and finish this up now, sir?
No, Your Honor, I have no objections to you amending it. Not a problem.
Right.
Been working very diligently
I
with
didn't-
the district attorney's office, so I'm sure
Right.
it was just a.
All right. For the record, there's no objection. There should not be, but I'm glad that on behalf of your client, there is none. That way, the correct case is in fact being dismissed. All right. Thank you, Patty Garcia. She's the one that picked that up. I didn't. All right, Mr. Gulick, there is a young lady by the name of Maricela Luna that's going to visit with you. We're going to put you in breakout. You need to visit with her because she's going to set you up for the probation, for the supervision of the deferred adjudication.